Hello everyone, JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be reacting to the UEFA Champions League draw for the 2019-20 season, including looking at Manchester City's group, drawing up some conclusions and what it means for the season. Before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you're interested, press that red button, subscribe, press the bell, put your push notifications on, aiming for 5,000 subscribers. We're less than 160 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Thank you everyone for the continued support over the last couple of years. Don't forget also, if you want to go check out my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram are in description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. We're going to be talking about Manchester City's group. Now, we got drawn into Group C, of course, was in the top seeds, so we came out first. In came from Pot 2, Shakhtar Donetsk from the Ukraine. Then in Pot 3 came out Dinamo Zagreb of Croatia. They were in Pot 3. And in Pot 4 out came Atalanta, who are based in Serie A in Italy. So that's Manchester City's group. On paper, a relatively straightforward group. A group that, to be fair, had we expected Manchester City to top, which is always what we're looking for. We're always looking to try and have a more favourable last 16 draw. These fixtures are going to be going from after the international break in September right through to December, so it's preoccupying us now on the run-up to Christmas. And City, out of all the English teams, are going to be travelling the furthest in terms of travelling to Ukraine over in Eastern Europe. Then you've got Central Europe with Croatia, and then Italy as well, which, to be fair, the trip to Italy is not too bad. And the one to Croatia, if I'm honest, it's the one to Ukraine. But we're used to going to the Ukraine. It's kind of like our annual meeting with Shakhtar Donetsk. It's the last 3 seasons now that we've met Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. Yeah, I think we're both becoming good friends, if I'm completely honest, for the Champions League. So yeah, let me know what you think of that in the comments. But there isn't really a lot else really to make. I mean, Shakhtar Donetsk, we know what to expect from them. We know they've got some good players. They're capable of scoring some very good goals. But they're a team that, when the implications are on there and Manchester City turn up, it's a game that I'd be expecting City to win. Of course, we smacked them at the Etihad last season, but we did lose the season before in Kharkiv, which I presume is where City's going to be playing again, unless I think it's the first round of fixtures. By the way, the schedule for the Champions League hasn't been released just yet. I was hoping it'd be done like an hour or two after the draw. Some people have said it's a few hours, some people are saying the next day, so I'm not sure when that's going to be done. Could be done while I'm recording and editing this video and uploading it. If it has, just go and check out my Twitter. Like I said, that's in description below. I've tweeted about it, retweeted it, or just go and check Man City's website within the next 24 hours or so, and it'll be available for the schedule for that one, for when we're playing, if you're planning on going to any of the games either home or away, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, first game of the fixture, I think if it's against Shakhtar Donetsk, for some reason it's going to be in Kiev, I've heard. Don't quote me on that, otherwise it'll more than likely be in Kharkiv. It can't be played in Donetsk with the ongoing tensions going between Russia and the Ukraine at this moment in time. Dinamo Zagreb come with a reputation with their fans too, with quite a hostile atmosphere. I wouldn't rule out certain chance, not going to say what they do. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work out what chance they do, but they have the national team for Croatia. I'm pretty certain other domestic clubs in Croatia have also probably had banning orders before and playing in front of empty stadiums once. That again, isn't it? Yeah, that could well be something that happens later into the Champions League. So, if I'm honest, if we're going to have Dinamo Zagreb away from home, I'd preferably want that quite early before that potentially does happen. And then we've got a match against Atalanta over in Italy, who I've heard again will be playing Atalanta in their stadium. Apparently that's under refurbishment or something, because it needs to be developed and turned into a ground suitable for Champions League football. And so UEFA said they can't play at their home ground, and instead some newspaper sources have been going around from this summer saying that Atalanta instead will be playing in Milan, which is around 30 miles away from their home, or somewhere, it's just north of Milan where Atalanta plays. So they'll be playing in Milan instead at the San Siro. So I wouldn't imagine they'll be taking a lot. So I imagine there'll be the opportunity here for City to be able to take a big following down to the San Siro. A very confusing group, a strange group, but a group that City are, well, they're the strongest team in there, and you'd be expecting them to get a professional job, do the job, and get to the last 16, whether that's finishing first or second. Ultimately is the first aim. Ideally, though, you want to be finishing first, and I'd probably want City to be doing it as soon as possible. Premier League's a busy schedule. I've seen some people say saying they wanted it to be a competitive Champions League draw, but City's fixtures get progressively harder in the Premier League. That having a suitable draw for us in the Champions League at this early stage of the season could well be crucial. The last thing you want is having difficult fixtures against Arsenal and Chelsea's and Manchester United sandwiched in between games, for example, where we could have been playing Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. I mean, let's face it, would you rather be facing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, sandwiched between a game, and playing, I don't know, for example, Manchester United at home, and then having that difficult end of November schedule that we've got, or would you rather be travelling to somewhere like Dinamo Zagreb rather than the Bernabeu or something like that when you're playing every 3 days? To me, you always want it to be favourable. That's just my opinion. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below of the Manchester City Group C draw, and what you think of our chances, and which game are you most looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the Atalanta game, if I'm completely honest. A good attacking team, finished third in the Serie A last season. I don't know a lot about Dinamo Zagreb. I know they won their domestic league, so there'll be a difficult game, particularly away from home. But Atalanta, they play some very nice football, a nice attacking team that will turn up, of course, like all Champions League teams, holding no mercy and no fear, and just play their style of football. It's one style of football up against the next. It'll be a good challenge, and imagine it'll be a good away day, and it'll be a good match at the Etihad too. So I'm looking forward to the Champions League. I always do. I know a lot of City fans hate the Champions League and they hate what UEFA stand for, but we do get some good quality teams producing some good quality games, and I love the European nights at the Etihad Stadium. That's just my opinion, and going away from home, going to some unusual places, just adds to the adventure. Now, looking at some of the other groups, just have a brief look. Group A contains Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Club Brugge and Galatasaray. Yeah, you'd be expecting PSG and Real Madrid, to be fair, to be progressing. They've got difficult trips to Belgium and Turkey included in that, though. For another English team, Tottenham, they're also in Manchester City's half of the group. Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Olympiacos and Red Star Belgrade. Of course, Liverpool came unstuck against Red Star Belgrade last year in Serbia. Difficult away trip to Greece for Olympiacos too, and of course difficult couple of games against Bayern Munich, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. We've covered Group C with Manchester City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dinamo Zagreb and of course Atalanta. And in Group D you've got Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen and Lokomotiv Moscow. Difficult that for Juventus and Atletico Madrid. It's something I would expect them to get through, but difficult trips to Germany and a long trip to Russia too will make things extremely awkward. In Group E you've got Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg and Genk. A relatively straightforward group that for Liverpool. I'd expect them not only to be progressing but probably finishing first. Napoli will probably be quite happy with that too. Got potentially difficult niggly games in Austria and Belgium, but I'd be surprised if either of them went out. A very interesting group in Group F though. Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan and Slavia Prague. That is interesting and difficult for both Barcelona and Dortmund. It means you're going to face the prospect of Barcelona, Dortmund or Inter. One of them will definitely be going out. No disrespect to Slavia Prague, of course. It's not an easy place to go to either. It's the Champions League. There's no such thing as easy games. You have to turn up and you have to perform professionally and do the job, because if you don't, you end up getting stung in the tail, and that's something City's learnt the hard way over the years in the Champions League, and it's something that we've done better and better as the seasons have gone by, particularly in the group stage. We've progressively got better in the last 16. I'm hoping over the next couple of seasons we'll progressively get better for the quarterfinals and start getting towards them semi-finals and finals and potentially winning the Champions League, what we're always looking for. Now, Group G, you got Zenit St. Petersburg, Benfica, Olympic Lyonnais and Red Bull gives you Wings Leipzig. Much of a muchness group. I think all four teams there will fancy the chances of not only getting through but winning that group, so that'll probably be one of the more interesting groups. One of those that you end up seeing teams finishing on like 6-7 points and the top team finishing on maybe 10 or 11 points and like just one win based by the last game, separating all the teams. That'll be quite an interesting group. And lastly, you've got Group H, which is Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia and Lille. Chelsea's start to the season hasn't been fantastic, and if that continues into the Champions League, all three of them games are going to be very difficult trips to the Netherlands, Spain and France. But on the upside, they haven't got too far to travel, unlike Manchester City. So yeah, that's the Champions League at this moment in time. Like I said, hoping for City to finish top. We're waiting for the schedule to come out. When it has come out, I'll tweet about it. So stay tuned to my Twitter, or just go and check out Manchester City's website within the next 24 hours and it will be released on there. Not really a lot else to talk about, other than make sure it is pronounced. I nearly pronounced it wrong earlier in this video, but it is Atalanta. There is an A after the T. It isn't Atlanta. That's a city over in the United States. It's Atalanta. Two very, very different different things, but look the same near enough. Just that missing A, make sure you put the pronunciation in there. City will be facing Atalanta, not Atlanta. That would be some distance travelling to the United States, wouldn't it, for your away match in the Champions League. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button and press the bell. Put your push notifications on. Go and check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below and popping up on screen. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the preview for the Premier League game against Brighton. We'll be doing a match vlog more than likely as well for the game, and we'll also be analysing it into the weekend too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Plenty more football and Manchester City content coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on. So there we go, Champions League, bring it on. Chances of winning it? Potentially. I'd say we've got a good chance here. I'd say we're one of probably 8 or 9 teams that's more than capable of winning the Champions League. Looking forward to it. Relatively straightforward group. I don't think we could ask for much more. People have been accusing the draw of being fixed. I don't care. I mean, you know, Liverpool's got a straightforward group. We've got a niggly League Cup match against Preston away too. I mean, people say on paper it looks easy and stuff like that, but Man City, the quality that we've got, we make games look easy when in reality they're not. So yeah, there we go. That's been the video. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next video. Peace. Ciao for now.